Nico!
Get ready for the next battle.
What's going on, guys? We're back with another Tekken 8 video, and today we're going to go over the Lars versus Nina matchup. Before I even get into it, go ahead and thank you guys. We're almost at 3K subscribers. I really do appreciate it. As always, you guys are the best. Ain't nothing new. You know, we're Team Lars here. We know what we're doing out here. But besides that, yeah, today we're going to go over Nina. I mean, look at, before I even look at the stage, man, they cooked with this stage, and the music is nice too. But yeah, Nina. So right away, I'm gonna tell you, Nina is stronger than you. She is S tier. She is right behind Dragunov, or close to him, or maybe above him. She's right there with him. She is absolutely stronger than Lars. You are using the weaker character in this matchup. She has a really good toolkit. She has really good heat engagers, really good mids, highs, good counter hit launchers, yada yada yada. She has everything, or decent stuff. She has a full fleshed out grab game. She has a bunch of things. So I actually took a decent amount of time to labbing this character, and I actually, in fact, took notes. So we're gonna just try to get into it. I'm gonna try to make it as fast as I can. I know that these are like a little bit lengthy, but I kind of want to give you the full scoop of information as much as possible, because I mean, you know, there's like, I see a lot of things where it's like, oh, 5-minute guides, 6-minute guides of learning this character and knowing this matchup. It's, in my opinion, it's more complex than that. You need to know where the highs are, what is that on block, you know, what can she do in this situation? You're not going to learn the character like that in 5 minutes. It's just a fact, in my opinion. So I'm going to try my best to give you the best information possible. So, she has, in total, she has 3 stances. Nina has 3 stances. She has, let me do this. She has forward sway, she has back sway, and she has sidestep stance. Like, she kind of like shuffles her feet a little bit, and she does this like, this little, like this kind of thing right here. She has a ton of ways to access those stances. And the thing is that you can interrupt some of those transitions, but the thing is that if you do choose to interrupt those transitions, you risk eating a counter hit launcher. That's kind of the 50-50 with this character. Like, am I gonna go into stance, or am I not gonna go into stance, finish the string, and then you eat a counter hit launcher? That's kind of the game plan Nina is kind of revolves around. So actually, let me do this. The best way I could show you this is by switching between Lars and Nina. So let's do this.
Get ready for the next battle.
So one of the ways she can access her sidestep stance, and the thing is that not all the moves access each stance, if that makes sense. So like, from a certain move, she could only go into sidestep stance. From another certain move, she could only go into backsway. So it's very specific. I'm not gonna get into that too much because that's gonna take too long, but I'm gonna just show you some of them at least. So 4-4-1, or I'm sorry, not 4-4-1, 4-4-2. It's a mid-high heat engager. It has a shit ton of range, and she can cancel this into sidestep. See? She can only do sidestep from this though. She cannot forward sway, and she cannot back sway. She could only sidestep. And let me put Lars on block mode. So when she does this, the Nina player is going to start doing this. And this is one of the moves from her sidestep stance. And you see how it says -10? Yeah, that's definitely not the case. She is, in fact, +10. You saw that? See that? Yeah. So she can manipulate her frames off of this sidestep. So when she's doing this, just be careful. When she does this sidestep and it starts moving like this, don't press. Because she's 2+, you don't want to end up eating a counter hit launcher. So just as soon as you see her do this, and she starts moving around like that, like this, don't press. Because what she's doing essentially when she does this is she's looping her frames. She's looping her plus frames in your face. So when she's doing that, don't press. She's like, in this situation, she's like whoring. +10, +10, +10. I'm plus, don't press, I'm plus, don't press, I'm plus. Plus. Just like that. So when she's doing that gyrating shit, don't press. Just wait for her to finish her turn. The one thing I will say though is that when she does forward sway, she has to commit to something. She cannot loop her frames. She can only loop her frames off of like sidestep back sway, but she cannot loop it if she does sidestep forward sway. When she forward sways, that's when she has to commit to an attack. She cannot back sway from that, and she cannot sidestep. She has to commit to something when she forward sways. She has to commit to an attack. And when she commits to an attack, her turn is usually done. So when you're fighting a Nina, just be patient when she's doing all this stuff. And the moment you see her side sway and do an attack, take your turn back. That's when you can take your turn back, depending on what the move is. Unless it's this attack. This is a high, it's fairly fast, 14 frames. It's +1. I mean, you can technically take your turn back. It's not super plus. It's not super plus. But she can check you with like her not wall standing, her 4. Because it's 11 frames, this would frame trap you with if you try to jab. And this has a counter hit property, I'm pretty sure. So just be mindful of this attack. That's the only plus on block move that she has from forward sway. She can't loop any more than +1 off of forward sway. But when she's doing all this stuff right here, yeah, you just wait. You just want to be patient. Because she's just looping her plus frames in your face. That's all she's doing right here. So yeah. So that's kind of the situation between her back sway, her sidestep sway, and her not sidestep sway, her sidestep stance. I'm just gonna call it sidestep stance, and her forward sway. I'm kind of hammering on that because that is important to know about. You don't want to press when she's doing this. That is a dangerous situation. Don't do that. And then she can access sidestep stance from 1-2. 1-2 sidestep. And the thing is that she has a counter hit launcher. This right here. This is a counter hit launcher. It is delayable. Very delayable. Counter hit launcher to kind of stop you from pressing. And it kind of gives her a wiggle room to get into the sidestep stance in the first place. Off of this. And I'm gonna let you guys know right now, the Nina player is gonna want the sidestep stance because that's where the juicy plus frames are. She wants this. She's gonna want this because she could just keep looping her frames. That's what she's gonna go for. More than likely, she's gonna go for that. She has her 1-2, 1+2. This is -14, and like I say always, if you're a Lars player, you have a 14 frame launcher. So if you see her do this with her hands, that motion right there, just know that she's -14, and just know that you can launch her. She also has her standing 4. Her standing 4 too. It shifts her to the side. It's a safe mid knockdown. And she can just stay crouched if she wants to. And she can mix this up with this. So just keep that in mind. Forward 3, Nina players love using this attack. It's because it's +3 on block. You can duck the second hit. I'm not the best at doing that. I actually need to get better at that, but you can duck the second kick. You don't have to just eat it does not jail. You can duck the second kick. And then she also has her down forward 1-2. That right there. Oh, right here, she cannot back sway, but she can sidestep and she can forward sway. Forward sway, see? Forward sway, sidestep. If she does the forward sway, she's neutral on block. But she does have some high crushing moves from forward sway. And she does have just a raw launcher. That's her while standing 2. It's minus 13, but it is a while standing motion. So you can punish her for that. And then she, you know, like I said before, she has this +1 right there. And then she has this this knee. It's minus 13, but if she gets that attack, it guarantees her like a neck break move. Another thing I'm gonna get into, her down forward 3. This is very important. Down forward 3, pay attention to this kick. Her left leg, pay attention to that because the second hit will always be, or not always, she does have mid options, but the Nina player is more than likely not gonna do the mid options. She's gonna wanna do the high options, and reason being is because she has access, or she gets access to cancelable stuff. So she get forward sway, she could sidestep stance and forward sway stance. Those are her 2 options off of her down forward 3. She does have mids, and she does have a full 3-hit string if she wants to finish this, but that is minus 12, and it forces crouch. And she has a down forward 3, her down forward 3-2-1, or 3-2-4. That is a counter hit launcher. Be careful with that. So that you kind of seeing the pattern, right? So Nina has a lot of strings that she can cancel into stance, but if you choose to press to try to stop her from going into stance, she has counter hit launchers that are there to stop you from doing that. So if you try to stop her, you're risking eating a counter hit launcher. That's the whole mind game with Nina. That's the whole thing with her, and she has a lot of ways to, like I said, to access this stance. But when she gets in that sidestep shit, just don't press, man. She's plus 10. She has a lot of good tools, good counter hit launchers in that shit. So just don't press. Just be patient. Wait for her to go like forward. So just be careful with that. Her weakness is sidestep right. So you want to step to your right. Her weakness is sidestep right. So keep that in mind. Her down forward 3-3. This is the mid option that I was telling you about. She has mid options off of her down forward 3. But just keep in mind, this is probably one of the main go-tos that Nina players use to cancel their stances and to get to, you know, their sidestep stance, because they want those plus frames. Another move she has that she could cancel is her back 2-2-2. She could cancel this into sidestep, but she could only do sidestep off of this, and it's always the 3rd hit. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, sidestep, 1, 2, sidestep, 1, 2. It's always the 3rd hit that she can cancel. She can't cancel it besides the, you know, it has to be the 3rd attack. Up forward 4-3-4. She could do the same thing, another cancel. She just has a bunch of cancelable stuff from a lot of different attacks. You know, like I said before, when she gets access to this sidestep, that's when she starts going crazy and she starts just looping plus frames in your face. So just keep in mind, exercise patience when she gets that sidestep on you. She does have unblockable high from her forward sway. It's pretty slow. You can duck this. But it gives her plus 36. I'm not really sure what it guarantees. I didn't look at that, but I'm pretty sure it guarantees something. Okay, so let's get into the grabs now. So for the most part, what Nina players like, one of their go-to grabs that they like to use is forward 2+4. Whoops, not that. It is this. Nina players love using this grab, and the reason being they like using this grab is because a lot of people don't know what the situation is in that situation. But if you eat this grab, Oh, actually, I didn't record it right. Yes, let's say you eat that grab. They always go for her forward 3. And if you get up wrong, that's guaranteed. Yeah, so don't tech roll when you're in the situation. When you're in that situation, just press up. Press up. And that kick, and that's guaranteed. Her forward 3, that's guaranteed if you tech roll. But if you press up and she does that kick, she's minus 14. And like you just saw just now, Lars has a 14 frame launcher. So let me just show you the situation and what it would look like. So now that you have that information, punish. Boom, boom. Oh, yeah, it'll be like that. But that is how you would deal with that situation. Get up, pressing up, and then punish her with forward back 2-1, or forward, just punish her, because just know that that kick is punishable. And the initial break for the grab is a 2 break. It's a 2 break. If you don't want to, well, not, I mean, obviously you don't want to eat the grab, but just know that they like this grab. They like to go for this grab a lot. Just know that it's a 2 break. Okay, she also has another grab that is her forward 2+4. That right there. Right, so just know that the initial break for that is a 2 break. That is a 2 break grab. That's another grab that Nina players like to go for a lot. It is a 2 break. If you can't break, let's say you missed the grab, right? Let's say you missed the 2 break grab, mash 1. You can mash 1. But it depends though, because she does have kind of a mix up off of that. Let me show you. Whoops. It's kind of a mix-up right there, because you either have to mash 1 or you have to mash 2. Yep. It's kind of a mix-up at that point, if you don't break the initial grab. She has her forward 1+3. That is a 1 break right there. So that's so she kind of like body slams you to the ground. That's a 1 break. And then she has quarter circle back 1+3. You can't. The thing that's kind of shitty about this though is that you can't break that grab. You can't. But if you do eat that grab, you can break the follow-ups, and the follow-ups is either a 1 or a 2 break. Her down 4-1. They like this attack a lot. They can cancel it into sidestep. But she can only sidestep after this, and she can do it from crouch. See? So just keep that in mind. Nina wants to get the sidestep on you. She wants to get the sidestep where she could loop the plus frame so she could get a potential launch off of you. That's what she wants to do. She has sidestep 2. So like, let me just kind of show you what this would look like, right? So let's say she's doing all this, and then she launched you right there. You know, she has things like to loop her offense. But like I said before, just be patient when she's doing this. That's just the general tips that you kind of need to keep in mind when you're fighting Nina. She's kind of like a counter hit machine. She has a lot of counter hit buttons, really good counter hit buttons to kind of stop you from pressing and disrespecting her stance transition. So one thing you want to keep in mind is when she does like her launching stuff, you can punish her for it. Another thing I'm gonna tell you about Nina is that Nina players, and this is just from online experience, Nina players tend to not like to block. It's because their character is so catered towards aggression and offense. It's like this game was kind of tailor-made for them. But yeah, they tend to not block. So when you are attacking and doing your, whatever you're doing, keep her in check, because Nina players like to press buttons when they shouldn't. So when you're fighting a Nina, just make sure to keep her in check, lock her down, play within your frames, just keep her honest, keep her still so she's not doing anything she's not supposed to be doing, because a lot of Nina players like to do this. And I'm not saying this like I don't know what I'm talking about. I've been playing Tekken for a very long time, and they've been doing this since Tekken 7. They love to press buttons. So keep her ass in check. She likes to press buttons. But I said it in my older videos before, like I said, it's your job as the player to keep your opponent in check. That is your opponent. You need to handle that. And Nina is a prime example of, I am gonna mash the fuck out of my buttons. So, Nina, check her ass. Always, constantly. Keep her in check. And then another thing I want to show you, and this is really important, right? So one of Lars's key moves, Dynamic Entry 3, right? Dynamic Entry 3 is one of Lars's main go-to moves. A lot of people know, it's an infamous move. Everybody knows what this is. The problem with this, though, is that it's a plethora of 50-50s, and the 50-50s are kind of shit. And reason being is because... So let me show you exactly why this is just kind of a shitstorm of 50-50s for both parties. So, Nina can power crush heat engage your mid check, so she can punish you for doing the right thing. It's annoying, it's bullshit, it's super stupid, I hate it, but it is what it is. The thing is that it's not that you don't have anything against that, right? Like, it's not like you don't have counterplay to it, though. So what you can do as a Lars player is you can do the low. The low is a counter hit launcher. If she does the power crush, the low will be her every single time. Right? And then you get the counter hit launch. Great. But there is another problem on top of that. And the problem is that since you are aware of the power crush heat engagement, that's gonna force you in a situation to do the low, right? Here's the problem. The orbitals exist. And if she does that, you're getting launched. So, it's kind of a shitty 50-50 in my opinion, because now the Nina can kind of condition you because you're afraid of this, but then if you start doing the lows, then the Nina might start doing this. So that's it's kind of a shitty 50-50. You might want to it depends on what the Nina player is doing, right? So if the Nina player, more than likely, the Nina player is gonna do this. She's gonna do the power crush heat engager, because Nina players they're gonna be lazy with this. They're gonna want to get you off of them because they don't want to deal with the pressure. So they're more than likely gonna do this. I have not fought a Nina that has done an orbital yet. They always try to do this. So, and the reason I'm telling you this though, because you need to know what the situation is, so you don't get blindsided. I'm telling you this because I care, but that's the situation. So just be wary of your Dynamic Entry 3. If you see that the Nina player is switching up her attacks in that situation, you might not want to go for it too much. Maybe just try to do something else. So maybe if you knock her down, you could probably try to do, maybe just like Dynamic Entry 1. It's still a good tool. It's still plus on block, so you could try to use this. Don't sleep on Dynamic Entry 1. It's a good tool. If you don't want to go into the Dynamic Entry 3 and deal with that type of 50-50 on top of 50-50 on top of 50-50. Actually, I forgot one thing. Did forget one thing. This grab. This is a 1+2 break. 1+2 break. If you get caught with this grab and if you don't break the grab, mash 1. And the reason being is because you take reduced damage if you mash 1. And because your character will do like a quick tech roll, and it will reduce the damage from the initial grab. So mash 1 if you eat that, if you get grabbed by that grab. So to sum it all down, really, sidestep right, She has a bunch of ways to cancel into sidestep stance. She has 3 stances in total: back sway, forward sway, and sidestep sway. When she does her sidestep, she can loop her plus frames, and she's plus 10. So you really don't want to press on that. She has a low that is a counter hit launcher. That right there, that is a counter hit launcher. So just be mindful of that. She can access that through her forward sway. It does crush highs, so when she's doing her, you know, plus frames and then she forward sways to you, just you still might not want to press because that counter hit launcher low. It's really not worth pressing on that. Be aware of the grabs. She can grab from you know, forward sway. She can grab from back sway. So like I said, be mindful of those. That's gonna do it for today's video. I'm just looking through everything, making sure that I hit all the points that I really wanted to nail on. But for the most part, that's gonna do it, guys. Yeah, so just be smart in your gameplay. Nina is stronger than you. You have to be on your toes against this character. She has better frames than you, a better grab game. She's just better than you in terms of toolkit. But you, as a Lars player, honestly, with some of the tools that you lack in comparison to this character, you will get better because of the lack of tools that you have versus her. Because you'll get used to, that's kind of the same situation with me. You kind of get better with working with less because you have less, if that makes sense. So, yeah, that's gonna be my 2 cents on the situation on this character, Lars versus Nina. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate the continued love and support as always, guys. Thank you so much. We are almost at 3K. I really do appreciate it. Oh yeah, and Lars is getting his Tekken 6 outfit. You best believe I'm excited for that. Hell yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm not wearing anything else when that drops. Hopefully it drops soon. And yeah, I did keep up with some of the updates. I've just been really busy. I cannot believe Heihachi is fucking still alive. That's fucking nuts. I don't know how like I said in my community post, I swear to God that lava is not doing its job. But that's besides the point, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Be safe, be easy, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.